So the last month or so, I've spent a lot more time with my parents as well as their friends here in Hong Kong. And a couple common questions I often get asked when they find out I'm a personal trainer is, hey, it's harder and harder to walk up and down the stairs. My knee often hurts after I walk a while, a little bit of low back pain. I feel like my muscle is deteriorating and I don't have as much capability to do A, B, C, D, E. So what are some simple exercises that I could do or that I could share with my friends to help improve some simple mobility, some simple strength? So here are 8 simple exercises that we can do at home or that you can share with your family member or with the elderly to do with them to improve some simple strength and to provide a little bit more exercise on their day-to-day basis. First, squats. Grab a chair or something you can hang on to. Feet about hip width apart. Okay. Sitting the bum back, driving the knees over the toes as far as they feel comfortable, and then engaging the top of the legs, squeezing the bum, and driving the body right back up. Make sure they stand up nice and tall. Second exercise, lunges. Okay, hanging on to something on one side. One step forward or one leg forward, one leg back, same thing, extending the toes, standing nice and tall. Try to come down as far as they feel comfortable, coming back up. So down, as far as they feel comfortable, and back up. Remember to track the front knee over the toe. So if we go forward, back, and back here, we don't want the knee to cave in. Okay, the knee has to go over the toe and then back up. Feel free to have 2 chairs, 2 tables of the sort to hang on for balance as well. Third exercise is still using the chair, calf raises. Calf raises, very simple, standing tall, hanging on to the chair. We're focusing on our calves right there, coming up onto the toes as high as you can. Squeezing the calves, holding, and then coming all the way back down to the ground. Okay, up and down, up and down. Exercise 4, single leg balance. Single leg balance is exactly what it sounds like. Okay, hanging on to something if you need. Level 1, hanging on with 2 hands, lifting one leg up. Okay, from trying to grip the ground with your entire feet, and then lifting one arm up off the ground, off the chair, and then lifting the other, and maybe if they can, lifting up, count, and hold for 5 to 10 seconds, and just challenging yourself to balance for as long as you can. Next one, we are going to level up from the single leg balance, a dynamic single leg hinge. What this means is we're still going to hang on to something if we can here, especially when you're starting off. Hanging on with one hand. Okay. The outside leg is going to lift up off the ground. And from here, we want to make sure that our movement is coming from the hip, okay, and not through the back. I'll show you what the 2 looks like. Coming from the hip, soft bend in the knee, and you're going to hinge, kick the leg back. From here, you're going to feel the stretch through the back of the standing leg. Notice how my back is nice and flat. And squeeze bum and coming up to standing. Again, hinge. Okay, I'm hanging on to the chair, coming back up as needed. Notice that if you come down to here and you're starting to feel a little wobbly, just stay here. Get comfortable with this range of motion. And then maybe next week, the more you do it, you'll be able to get down a little bit further and then a little bit further. Okay, only sticking with how far our body is able to go at the moment and then improving from there. Next, we've got the wall push-up. Finding a wall to hang on to here, you can have your hand around the same distance as your shoulder here. Okay, stepping your feet back slightly. Come up on your toes ever so slightly. Your hands are going to be about shoulder width apart. Bend your elbows, drop down as far as you're comfortable, and then pushing back up. Make sure you tuck your bum so your core is tight. Straighten out the legs, and as you come down, bend the elbows about 45 degrees down towards the ground, and then pushing up. Down and up. As this gets easier, maybe you're stepping the feet back a little bit more, Or maybe you're doing this in the next level where you can hang on to a dining table or a chair or a couch and eventually make your way down to the ground. Next, we've got a row. So you can do this with many, many objects in your house. You can go light, you can go heavy. You're working your grip strength as well as your back strength. Very important. What I've got here is a bag with some objects inside. What you'll do is find yourself a chair, okay, and then have a staggered stand. So staggered stand, one leg forward, one leg back. I want to try to keep my back straight here as well. Pull the bag so their wrist is right to their rib cage, and then down. Pull the bag and down. Last but not least, we have got our core exercise, the plank hold. Very simple. So you can start off against the wall, just like the wall push-up on this one, or you can elevate down a little bit lower. Very accessible to do this in your home, anywhere, okay? For beginners here, I've got a chair. What I'm gonna do, have my hands shoulder width apart, stepping my feet back, about hip width apart as well. And I wanna make sure that my shoulders are over the wrists, right there. I'm tucking the bum, so my core is tight. I'm pushing my shoulder blades away from each other. And I challenge you to hold for about 30 to 60 seconds.